Welcome everybody to another Brian's Action Figure Reviews. And today we're continuing the Netflix wave with the Daywalker himself, Eric Brooks, also known as Blade. So, as you know, this guy hasn't been in the Netflix shows, but who knows, maybe he will in the future. But he was released in this wave, and when I showed a friend of mine who isn't an action figure collector, when I bought him originally, he said, "Oh my god, I can't believe Blade is going to be in the Netflix show," and I had to tell him that no, just sometimes comic figures get released in television and film waves, and that's what happened with this guy, and of course Bullseye. They were the two comic figures for this wave. So let's get started quickly with accessories. As you can see, he's got the weapon harness here, and in the back of it he's got this awesome sword. If we can just pull it out there. That's what she said. It fits in both hands. This one on the left-handed side is a bit tighter and a better fit, as you can see. So that's his sword. Now, if you look at it, it's a bit bent, unfortunately, and that happens with a lot of swords in this line. That they come in the packaging like this, packed in awkwardly and forever bent. But no jokes, please. So that's the sword that he comes with. Now, he doesn't really come with any other weapons. As you can see, he's got all bits and pieces dotted on his various harnesses, and there's a nice little holster for the sword there as well. I know there's a better word for that, a sheath. There you go. But no other weapons. He also comes, now, if you look at the head, it's a very much 90s Blade head from the movies and the TV show. And it's the one I display him with, because that's what I like, and fuck everyone else. He also comes with this bald head, Sticky Fingers Blade from the TV series, but more recent look in the comics as well, as far as I know. So he comes with a spare head. Now, for me, the accessories are fine. What he has is cool, but I would have liked if he came with another gun, maybe. You know, so you have sword in one hand, gun in the other. That would have been cool, but it's not something I'm going to get upset about, because when you look at Jessica Jones, she came with absolutely nothing. So I'm glad to have the bits and pieces for him. So let's get on to articulation. As you know, the score by now. He's got rocker ankles. There isn't a lot of sideways movement in it, but they do swivel from side to side. He does have boot rotation. As you can see, my pet hate has come back to haunt me again. Things that slide down when you're messing with him. He does have double jointed knees. He does have a thigh swivel. Let's go to the legs now. They go this far out. They go this far out. Not as high as Jessica Jones, but high enough. They don't go any bit backwards either. Nope. There's torso articulation. There is an ab crunch. It goes this far down, that far up, not too far up. At the wrists, he has the same wrists as every other one that I've reviewed so far, around and goes in and out. He's got double jointed elbows. They are not really hindered at all, they're really good. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got shoulder articulation, which goes all the way out, and it goes around in circles as well. So he's fully articulated at the arms, legs. The head, again, I think this might be on the same body as Daredevil, I'm not sure, but it goes side to side and all around. But when you go to look down, it doesn't look that far down. Like if you look, there is a peg under there, but it doesn't seem to work too well. And again, I'm not going to force it, because you don't want to break this figure at all. I don't anyway, because Blade is a favourite character of mine. Now, let's get to the aesthetics and the paint job. Paint, I would have rather fully black rather than this lightish, greyish black than whatever it is. I would rather full on black. And another accessory I would have liked and would have hidden another pet peeve up here is a jacket. Now I took the jacket off my WWE Elite Sting for a while and put it on him, and it really suited him. But other than that, the costume looks great. This is quite movable and can be a 9. Same with this thing, as you saw, it fell down earlier. Other than that, it's pretty cool. Now, the one thing that is really, really ugly is the cuts on the shoulders. If you can even see them there, like you can fire rocks through there. But it disappears if you have his arms up. But then he just looks like a gorilla. I don't know why. But anyway, he's a great figure. I'm going to try and pop the head off to show you the other one, if you give me a moment. I really should preheat these so it's not that difficult to put on. So there you go. His other head sculpt, which is quite cool actually. I haven't had it on him since I got the figure originally, and I've forgotten how cool it is. Now there still isn't much difference in the rotation and stuff. It does go down a small bit more. Like you can actually see him nod now. But yeah, so this is a good figure. I like it. I like it, as Thor would say. But it does feel like it's on the same body as Daredevil, because it's got that weird feeling chest plate like he has as well. So on Blade, I'm very happy to have another figure of him. He was originally supposed to come in a Return of Marvel Legends wave with another jacket, and that never happened. I would have liked one of the head sculpts as well, maybe to show off his vampire teeth. But look, what can you do? Getting 2 heads is pretty cool. And you got the choice. So this is my review for Blade done. I think he's quite expensive nowadays as well. So it's good to have him. I'm happy I have him. I love the movies. They're fantastic. Not so much the TV show. I'm hoping he'll show up in the MCU one day. But that's a conversation for another YouTube channel, I think. So once again, shout out to everyone on Marvel Legends Community UK, Daily Dark UK, Action Figure Trading Company UK on Facebook, and check out my Instagram, Brian Regan Action Figures. Check out this YouTube page, obviously. Subscribe, leave a comment, like. It all helps to get it out there. And you can find me on Facebook in all those groups I mentioned. And check out Kapow Ties and comicandcocktails.co.uk for all stuff like this. And I'm not on commission before anyone says it. I always give those guys a mention because I've always had great service from both of them. I'm not getting anything free. I don't want anything free. Maybe I wouldn't say no, but you get my point though. I'm not just shilling them for the sake of getting advertising or whatever, like see some YouTubers doing. I'm just doing it because I enjoy the service I get there. And we're lucky to have so many good online retailers around Ireland and the UK nowadays, because there can be some real scam artists out there as well, and those guys will never put you wrong. So yeah, that ends my review of Blade. More coming tomorrow. See you later.